Sex isn't affirming of who you are. It isn't pleasurable if you don't have that as a family value.
This is a man who really knows how to communicate with people.
The fact that we can't talk about our elbows and knees the same way we talk about our penises and vaginas is terrible.
Still,
today is January 3rd, 2025. Canada, baby. Tent City weather report. We got some snow squalls coming in. Read for your people in your tent cities. Batten down the tent pegs. Bum, bum, bum. Team Canada lost again last night. Well, you know what? It was a good haul, boys. It was a good haul. You had a lot riding on it, right? You had a lot of pressure from Canadians because, you know, we're just miserable in Canada, right? So you had all of that on your backs, right? Canadians are feeling defeated, okay? Hats off Team Canada, okay? It was a good try, okay? There's always next year, you know, and you'll probably feel a whole lot better and a whole lot more supported, you know, when we have Pierre Poilievre, you know, in the captain's chair, okay? And guys, we're pretty well American, right? So if America wins the World Cup, well, we're winners, right, guys? Because we could already be the 51st state. Who knows? You know, Melanie Jolie, that MP, Foreign Affairs Minister that spent $600,000 on booze, okay? Had a meeting with the Trump admin. I did a video and a short on that, okay? She might not remember, and we could be the 51st state. I have a few things to go over, because I want to keep it all tidied up, because I'm going to do a bit of a research project, okay? And you're going to find out soon enough. But I'm going to go over the few things that I have posted, okay? That wacko liberal video that Pierre Poilievre put together, that's a must-watch.
Minister, who was the leading architect of creating government-funded opioid programs for addicts. This is the person Trudeau had running our healthcare program.
So just stop it and save lives!
McKenna mastered the art of deceptive politics.
Some real advice. I said that if you actually say it louder, we've learned in the House of Commons, if you repeat it, if you say it louder, if that is your talking point, people will totally believe it. People will totally believe it.
This wacko even said that being opposed to Trudeau's carbon tax makes you an arsonist. A new wacko replaced her. The current Minister of Climate Change, Stephen Guilbeault, has always been a lifelong Liberal.
Greenpeace is climbing the world's tallest building today to tell the world not to be fooled by a Liberal government.
Wait, no, I mean socialist.
I'm a Liberal and a proud socialist, Mr. Speaker.
Stephen Guilbeault spent part of his adult life as a radical environmental activist known for engaging in high-profile stunts that led to multiple arrests. By his early 30s, Guilbeault had climbed the CN Tower to protest against liberal environmental policies and scaled the roof of the Premier of Alberta's residence. Today, he remains an avid eco-maniac.
As you know, in life, the only two guarantees are taxes and death.
Who has promised to end all road building in Canada. Safe to say, this wacko has earned his boss's respect.
I have tremendous faith and confidence in my environment minister.
Home heating during winter, he had this to say.
I'm sick and tired of people talking about the cold winter and what we're doing.
Trudeau Liberals are also sick and tired of free speech. Trudeau's Justice Minister, Arif Virani, introduced censorship, Bill C-63. If it becomes law, they will arrest you for future crimes.
You're so pretty.
Even famous Liberal author Margaret Atwood called Trudeau's censorship laws creeping totalitarianism. Arresting someone for saying the wrong thing, that is wacko. Arresting them for something they have not yet even said, that is wacko on steroids. This is a man who really knows how to communicate with people.
The fact that we can't talk about our elbows and knees the same way we talk about our penises and vaginas is terrible.
Watch the full version. I just trimmed that down, okay? What I thought was the most wacko, okay? And other than Mark Holland, okay, who seems a little perverted, no offense, Mark, we don't talk about our penis and vagina like our elbows and knees. Other other than Stephen Gubo, who's already been a criminal in an orange jumpsuit, that is our environmental minister, the one that climbed the CN Tower, okay, all right? And he's quit building roads and all that stupid. But the person to look out for is Pierre Poilievre, who is the Justice Minister and Attorney General of Canada, and that's the role that Jody Wilson-Raybould was in. And Arif wants to censor us, okay? If you have thoughts or, you know, if they think that you're going to say something, you're going to get arrested, okay? Forget the on the street causing all this stuff. So people like me, people that are outspoken are going to, get arrested, okay, guys? All right? So, again, I've said before, what are you weak people going to do when the strong people get locked up, okay? And don't forget, January 17th, I believe, Pat King has his sentencing in Ottawa. I mean, every day, I feel like I'm having a staff meeting with you all every day, okay? And I wrote this real quick, okay, before I came on, and I hope I don't offend anyone, so sorry, that's Michelle Ferreri posted a video January 1st, and I shared it yesterday, and it's a man talking, and I should know his name. He was talking about what is wrong with education, okay? My summary notes, but also my lived experience, okay? So, must watch parents, teachers, okay? Educators stopped teaching facts and started teaching opinion as fact, okay? And that was a Michelle Ferreri quote, I believe. That is true. We're no longer talking education. We're talking about opinion, okay? And we're letting little Johnny and Jessica tear the out of a classroom what your kids are learning. And it's really not the teacher's fault, okay? It's the curriculum set out. But what becomes the teacher's problems, okay, is how they push Liberal NDP down your throats, okay? And like it says, fact, a majority of educators vote Liberal and NDP. We know this. I think they said 76%. The other fact, conservative voting educators experience a hostile work environment from the left educators. And this is something that we do need to address, okay? And I don't feel that anybody, NDP and Liberal, are bad people. But I think that you've all been... just the teachers that vote Liberal NDP. There's a lot of people that are so stuck, okay? It's not a hockey game, okay? All right? Yeah, I like Toronto Maple Leafs, and they'll probably be my team until the day I die, even if I don't see them with Lord Stanley. Political parties, the same way as a hockey team, okay? You should not be defined to one party, and it says that right there. It says, these were my summary notes. But I put, no offense, teachers, but think for yourselves, not what your union and Liberal NDP co-workers think. You are smarter than that, right, teachers? Like your teachers, right? Your own person, and don't let any party become your political identification. And that might have meant party identification, you know. And I used to be a Liberal. And you know what? They've been pushing Liberal since I was in school. Really, when you think about it, any of us... 90s high schoolers, okay? They were really pushing Liberal back then, weren't they? In the early 2000s, I thought any conservative was a racist, right? And that since we were kids. The teachers or anybody else that's voting Liberal and an NDP. Because what all of you were afraid of was being considered a racist, right? That's what it all comes down to, all this race. Okay, everybody was afraid to be considered a racist if you didn't think like Justin Trudeau. Nobody can start a new beginning, but we can start a new ending, okay? All right, because we're becoming Nazi Canada, okay? Nazi Canada. If you're still on the Liberal NDP train, Nazi Canada. Go back to school, next week, okay? Start using your noggins, okay? Because you're teachers, okay? And don't let... that one coworker make you feel little, okay? Because most of you all think the same, okay? Like me, like the rest of Canada, okay? All right? So don't sit back, okay, and let that person push you around, bully you. Off that thought on the Michelle Ferreri video, I put PS for Nation, can we focus? Can we focus on tidying up the education system in 2025, Dougie, okay? You got that new education minister, okay? Crack the whip, crack the whip. Focus more on education and not all the other hashtag BS, okay, Dougie? Also, can we send little Johnny and Jessica home when they're causing disruption and explosive behavior? Thanks, Dougie. Believe it or not, the teachers have an awful job right now because what is going on in the school is not being talked about, okay? And really, at the end of the day, educators are really silenced, okay? They don't feel they can talk out because that's their employer, right? Right here, Dougie, this is how we can make 2025 better in the classroom, okay? Let's make an example out of all of Canada and be a role model, okay, Dougie, okay? Send little Johnny and Jessica home. All right, I'm going to scratch this off while you're writing it down, Dougie. I want to focus on sports, Doug, because you know what? During the COVID days, kids lack the social skills for about 2 years, okay? So they're about 2 years behind, okay? And what I've noticed that they don't even play tetherball at school in case little Johnny or Jessica hasn't. Kids can't play baseball unless they're supervised because they don't want to give little Johnny or Jessica a bat. Might be thinking sports. Well, kids need to learn how to get along, and that isn't happening, is it? No sex talk until we're in like grade 5 or 6, right? And you just keep it, you know, what we grew up as, okay? You know, the changes of life. You don't need to talk about gender and all that, okay? Start talking about stranger danger in schools because what we know is we have criminals and all sorts of running the streets, okay, and causing chaos. Kids need to know how to be safe and protect themselves. So, Dougie, could maybe we throw on some Bert and Gert in the classroom so kids know about stranger danger? That's how it's done, Dougie. That's how it's done, okay? Anywho, the next project I am going to do is a little bit of Nancy Drewing, okay? And we're going to look into Justin Trudeau's Mommy Margaret, okay? Mommy Margaret, okay? I am going to leave you guys with a little teaser of a video that I watched, and it was only a short on YouTube, so I can't wait to watch the extended, okay? So check this out, okay?
Her approach to motherhood, like her approach to most things, is an odd mixture of naive wisdom and amazing short-sightedness. She sees her 3 sons, Justin, Sasha and Michelle, for 5 days every 2 weeks.
Sometimes I'm cross with them, but I'm always loving to them.
Do you think that what you've done, choosing the sort of life that you've chosen to lead, is going to make things very, very difficult for your children?
No, I think it's going to make it wonderful for them. So far, they think Mummy's wonderful. But don't you think it's about time we redefined human relationships? Haven't we really messed up a lot of people's lives with our old-fashioned values, our old-fashioned bonds? You know, aren't we in the generation that should practice what we preach? You know?
Is there a love in your life at the moment?
Oh, yes.
How many?
How many? Is there a love in my life? How many?
Well, is there a man in your life? A special man in your life?
Yes.
Any hints?
No.
Somebody will find out sooner or later.
Sure.
Does that bother you that you don't have a private life whether you like it or not?
Right now I do. I love it.
How long do you think that will last?
I don't care. Yeah.
Reading things about you, and even reading your book, it's very easy to get the impression that you're preoccupied with relationships.
Yes, boy crazy. Now it's the man crazy, love crazy, children crazy. I just love to love.
Tell us.
Mommy Dearest, okay, guys? And there's a lot more, because I've started to go down a little bit of that rabbit hole, okay? And there's a lot more to uncover, okay? A lot more. Stay true. Get to talking, okay? Really get to talking, okay? Especially you educators, okay? Really get to